Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jason, or General, and today, guys, I'm bringing you my first video of a 5-part series where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to become the best Call of Duty player possible. It's going to be a very in-depth and very informative series that we're going to be doing, so I hope you guys do enjoy, and if you do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you come back to check out the rest of the videos. Let's get right into this. As I mentioned, this 5-video series is the ultimate goal of making you guys the best Call of Duty players possible. You guys might need to come back to these videos in the future, so I highly recommend that you guys add this video to your favorites so that way it's easier to find in the future if you guys ever need to come back and reference this video or some of the other videos in this 5-part series. Make sure you guys subscribe if you don't want to miss future tips, gameplays, and montages that I'll be uploading here to this channel. Most of the content that I produce here on this channel is really just about Call of Duty and helping my viewers become better at the game. If that sounds good to you guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because you guys know sometimes YouTube doesn't like to publish all my videos to my subscribers, so if you guys hit that notification bell, you guys will be informed always whenever I upload a video the second it's uploaded. So the first part of this 5-part series we're going to be doing on the channel, we're going to be breaking down on how to improve your aim in Call of Duty World War II. I've done a few videos on this in the past, but this video in specific I want to go a little bit more in depth with you guys. And so the first part here that we're going to be talking about in this video in specific is the Infantry Division, and why I use the Infantry Division almost on all of my classes. Now, there's two big reasons why. Number one, because of course if I'm using an assault rifle and I get into an up-close gunfight that I know I can't win, I can of course just hit that melee button and easily bayonet them for that easy one-hit melee. Now, the biggest reason why I use Infantry Division on almost all my classes is because of the strafing ability. Now, the next part that we're going to be talking about is ADSing around corners, and the strafing ability on the Infantry Division, having that extra movement when ADSing, is very, very crucial. So the Infantry Division allows me to have that extra movement, which is very similar to Stalker from Modern Warfare 3. So the next two segments we're going to combine here, we're going to be talking about walking around every corner as well as pre-aiming or pre-ADSing around every corner. Because honestly, these are two of the easiest ways to win most of your gunfights in Call of Duty World War II, and quite frankly, every Call of Duty game that I've ever played. When I was first getting involved in Call of Duty back in Modern Warfare 3, this was probably one of the best tips I ever got, because honestly this made me a better Call of Duty player a lot faster. So we're going to go to a private match here on some Flak Tower and some Point to Hawk here to kind of just show you guys what I mean when I mean walking around every corner and then pre-aiming every corner. So as you can see, let's use this example here for a second. I'm pre-aiming this corner, I'm walking and pre-aiming this corner, but my crosshairs, my iron sights are lined up with pretty much where the enemy's chest or above is going to be. So on the other side of that wall is an enemy spawn. 9 times out of 10, unless the enemy knows you're there, they're going to just sprint into this room. So they're going to sprint in this room, but because I'm already pre-aiming, I'm going to be able to take them out very, very easily. But the other thing is, because of the sprint out time in this game is really, like, has a bug or it's weird or something, if you're walking, you actually will pull your gun up and aim down sights faster than if they're sprinting and then they pull their gun up and aim down sights. So that's why in this game in specific, walking around every corner is very, very crucial, especially on a map like Point to Hawk, where a lot of the engagements are very, very tight, close quarters, probably going to run against a lot of shotguns. But if you're using an SMG on this map, you know, and you run against a guy with an AR, for example, and they're sprinting, because a lot of times, you know, players that don't follow these tips are going to sprint around the map a lot, whereas me, I'm going to be walking around the outskirts of the map, just, you know, walking, pre-aiming around corners, just like you're seeing me do right here. And because of my guns going to be located where the chest or above is going to be, it's going to allow me to take the opponent out a lot faster and a lot easier, and I'm going to win most of my gunfights because of that. So now let's hop over to an actual multiplayer gameplay where I'm doing this and I'm using these techniques, and you're going to see me drop a double V2 rocket, 105 kill game because of that. So as you can see here, I walk and pre-aim the corner, I get this guy, get the V2 rocket, and I unfortunately try to do the same thing here, but they spawned on the other side and they took me out. And unfortunately, that's one of the downfalls of this, especially just because I don't play in a high sensitivity. We'll talk about that here in a second. And boom, I do the same thing there, take those two guys out, get the second V2 rocket. I call it in. Unfortunately, the game ends though, and I'm only able to get 105 kills, but still, you know, so it does show that these tips actually do work. But the one thing I will say is it takes a lot of time to actually train yourself to get in the habit of pre-aiming the corners, to walking around the corners, and especially when you switch sensitivities and you go on a much lower sensitivity. So let's get into that part of the video and let's talk about sensitivity. So sensitivity is very, very important on improving your Call of Duty gameplay, and of course, improving your aim, especially within Call of Duty World War II. Now, me personally, I use a 5 sensitivity in both the horizontal and vertical sensitivity, and what I've found is that it's actually very, very good if you're using an SMG, so for those close quarters engagements, or if you're using an assault rifle, those close to medium, or even long range engagements, and even if I pick up a sniper rifle, if I've used the sensitivity for a pretty long time, and I get really used to it, I can actually find myself getting some pretty nice quick scopes, some pretty nice snipes, and go on some pretty nice sniper streaks using this kind of low sensitivity, which a lot of snipers obviously use a higher sensitivity. So, if you can train yourself to, really master that lower sensitivity, you're going to find yourself hitting a lot more shots. You're going to find yourself really just improving your aim and improving your gameplay as a whole. So the lower the sensitivity, the better, in my opinion. Pretty much for every Call of Duty, I've used in between a 4 and 6. When I first switched from Halo to Call of Duty, I tried to use a 10 sensitivity back in Modern Warfare 3, and let's just say that didn't work out too well. I was finding myself missing a lot of shots, and so ultimately I switched it to a lower sensitivity. And this gameplay you're watching in the background right now, I actually get a V2 with the KN96 or the KN94 sniper and the MP40 as my secondary. So I go on some pretty nice streaks with this, so I think you guys will enjoy this. So, if you guys do, make sure to leave a like for a sniper V2 rocket. But I'll find myself missing a lot of shots back then, and so I lowered my sensitivity originally down to like a 7, and I was finding myself doing better, and then I kept on lowering it, and I found myself doing better and better and better until I eventually got down to a 4 in Modern Warfare 3, which I found was really, really good. And then ultimately, in this game, I used a 5. I bumped it up just a little bit. But sensitivity, very, very crucial. So if you find yourself missing a lot of shots, if you find yourself using a higher sensitivity and missing a lot of shots, then you should definitely just try switching to a lower sensitivity. I'm telling you guys, it will help you out a ton. And especially for me, I was very stubborn with it at first. I hated it at first because it was just too fast. It was, I just found myself just not doing very good for the first couple games, and that might happen. You might find yourself not doing so hot after you first switch your sensitivity, but really all it takes is just getting used to that sensitivity. And honestly, guys, what I do majority of the time before I even hop on to Call of Duty's multiplayer is I hop into a private match and I just play a few custom matches versus some bots if I'm going to play like a long Call of Duty session. And I find myself, when I do that, to have just really, really good aim and overall just being really warmed up for when I, play my long Call of Duty sessions. So, in my opinion, if you guys want to practice on your sensitivity, just go into a private match for, 5 to 10 games and find that right sensitivity that's right for you, and then go into a multiplayer match and start tearing some noobs up. Now, the last part to this video really is just kind of a basic concept of playing smart. Now, playing smart is just knowing when to engage somebody and when not to engage somebody, when to jump out at somebody, when not to jump out at somebody. And, if there's like a long hallway and you're using an SMG, or a long range and you're using an SMG, when to engage somebody at long range and when not to engage somebody at long range. And that's really just playing smart, just it really, for the most part, it's just common sense. Is if you're using an SMG, don't challenge somebody that's across the map, for example, right? At another time, you don't really want to give away your position all that much. So of course, if you're using an SMG and you're trying to engage a guy, you don't want to just put a few shots in him across the map, because now he knows where you are and he might come chase you down or something like that. And a lot of times, what I found myself in the past was I'd put a few bullets in a guy, he'd come chase me down, and then I would get into a gunfight with somebody else or like 2 more people, and he would just come behind me and take me out. And it's because I put the 2 or 3 shots into him and he knew where I was. And because he was a noob, he chased me across the map instead of going to my spawn or something like that. So unfortunately, playing smart, I can't really teach you guys how to play smart. It's just knowing when to engage somebody and when not to engage somebody. If you see a sniper at the, let's say, the back of USS Texas, not to poke your head out, for example. Try to go to a different route, try to flank him, something like that, and you'll find yourself you'll find yourself winning a lot more gunfights if you do that technique, and if you do all the techniques here in this video. And so that's really it for part 1 of this 5-part series to help improve your aim and ultimately help you guys become better Call of Duty players. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I get the V2 rocket right there. So, boom, Sniper V2 for you guys to close out the video. But like I said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Make sure to come back to check out the next part of this series, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow. So make sure you guys come back to check that out. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the best classes to use in this game for ultimately becoming a better Call of Duty player. So I think you guys will definitely enjoy that. And like I said, there's 5 parts to this series. There's going to be 5 separate videos that we're going to be uploading all throughout the week. So I think you guys will definitely enjoy that. And if you take all these tips into consideration and you guys start doing really well, leave comments down below. Let me know some of the score lines that you guys got. Let me know, because right now there's some Christmas noobs, so make sure you guys go pawn some Christmas noobs. And so, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, like I said. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a nice day, guys.